Alright, Chapter 14, Lowering In. Um, Practical Guide Pipeline Construction Inspectors. Alright, lowering in. Overview refers to the preparing of the trench base for the required due presence of the rocket shown, picking up the pipe from its temporary supports off the right of the way, placing them in design into an excavated trench after welding. Non-destructive examination. Group of the nails, the techniques used in industry to evaluate properties of the weld without causing damage. Coating of the pipe joints, completing any associated coating repairs. Main focus of the monitoring pipe of the coating integrity during the loading of the operation. Consider amount of planning skill required to lift the pipe using side booms, bulldozer, wheel tractor. Incorporates a crane attachment on the left side, allowing lifting continuous length of the pipe. Placing it in the trench. Other machinery size, number, and the spacing of the side booms have been calculated to ensure the pipe does not under excessive stress. Equipment and stability is maintained in the lowering process. 14.2. As part of the preparing inspection during the lowering in the process, the inspector will continue to familiarize himself with the relevant aspect of the key documents, drawings, owner company technical specifications identified in Table 100. Execution. While work is being executed, the inspector required that the monitor of the workmanship report on progress periodic basis. Typical items of the inspector will monitor during the lowering process identified in Series Checklist Table 899. Alright, Table 99, monitoring requirements for lowering in. Prior to commencement on a daily basis, ensure the key issues have been identified in detail addressed. Safety, monitor operation adherence relevant to the owner, company, project specific safety requirements. Environmental considerations, identify specific items that should be monitored for the lowering in operation, relate specific owner, company, project specific environmental protection plan. Trench base preparation. Prepare trench base for the ensure pipe is not damaged when placed into the ditch due to rock, construction, and related debris, other hazardous trench bottom. Pipe handling, lower in, monitor lifting operation safety, ensure that no damage occur with the piping and the coating. Crossing, give the specialized nature of crossing, lowering, and operation. Ensure work is undertaken with the owning company requirements of the following: horizontal, directional drilling of the trenches, and trenchless crossing. Boring of the trenchless crossing. Buoyancy control. Buoyancy control is any mechanism measured to use the pipe does not float, exerting undue stress strain in pipe where ground conditions are such that there are a lot of water present. Alright, 14.4 Output. Inspectors required to report workmanship progress on the periodic basis by completing various reports on each workday of the end of the week. And report work requirements, reporting process, owner company's project specific. However, the best practices reporting requirements for lowering in appear in Table 108. Alright, Table 100, Information Requirements for Lowering In. All design drawing specifications developed by the owner company contractors related to the lowering in, such as access road drawings, line list, verify, direction drill, installed outline with the direction drill, profile, buoyancy control requirements, contracts, agreements related to the road use, crossing, buried facility construction surveys, permits related to environmental in your road use, owner company safety plan include but not limited to traffic plan requirements of personal protective equipment, emergency medical service, project environmental protection plan, detailed lowering in requirements for the following but not limited to watercourse, wetlands, muskeg, swamp areas, wildlife, habitats, migratory routes. Other project-specific plan, which may include fire protection, fire lighting, lowering plan, identify the type of the number, lifting, hoisting, equipment required, number of specific roles of the workers to be on site to lower the pipe in the trench, lift plan, relevant contingency plan, and return of the HEDD operations. Prior to commencement of the work, participate in daily meetings, job analysis, hazard mitigation, environmental concern duties, inspector, pipeline, contractor, delegate meetings as required, ad hoc meetings, contractors discuss, clarify questions, concern, conduct planning, tailgate meetings before starting, lowering, and making sure all personnel involved are aware of lifting sequence, critical lifting circumstances, quitting number, individual roles, responsibility during the lowering phase, ensure contractors only calibrated holiday detectors with current calibration certificate, check training certificate with all crane operators riggers and to ensure that they are competent and trained. Confirm sling belts to cradles have been labeled clearly and indicating lifting capabilities related to maximum tensile strain. Straps used lifting purpose ensure suitability for lifting in the pipe section. Table 102, Safety Concerns, Lowering In. Ensure job safety analysis is conducted strictly adhered to throughout the lowering in operation. Ensure the job safety analysis updated as required. Ensure side boom operators use spotters, transverse under power lines, overhead hazard Ensure no time should the personnel be allowed to between the pipe and the trench wall, which could result in a pinch point. Safety hazard. Ensure bell holes, excavation that allow the cross battalion installation, inspection, maintenance, repair, replacement, piping section, and prudencies are excavated in a manner which they will allow safe entry. Contractors are responsible to determine the type of the soil, bench requirements, and etc. for sale, safe entry. Table 103, typical monitoring requirements, environmental consideration. No incremental, specifically environmental consideration. For example, identified in Chapter 6.0 of Pipeline Construction Inspector Foundational Information. Alright, Table 104, typical monitoring requirements, trench base preparation, sure removal of construction related debris, rock, skid, welding rods, tree rods, roots, branches, hard frozen soil, trench, trash, items from the trench base, check ditch from bottom of the rocks, clods, high spot that could damage the coating of the pipe, ensure proper position, padding, material for hardened bottom trenches. Ensure contractor refer to the contractor data, documents appropriate to our drawing specification, proceed with the padding and support material to the shore up the underside sides of the pipe properly with the distributed loading, typical sand and foam pillows. Ensure adequate spacing between the paddings so that they do not spill, overly compress, maintain specified padding thickness. Ensure foam boxes installed in accordance with the design documents for rest of the undisturbed soil. Ensure rock shield is coating and sand padding is installed with the harder rock matter is backfill material. Ensure drain tiles are pre-located per alignment of drawing. Check buoyancy control requirements of monitoring weight placement is required. Alright, Table 105, your typical monitoring pipeline handling lowering. Ensure side booms are position conform with the pre-approved lowering in plan procedure. Check with the additional lowering in cradles, roller belts, and slings. Check the end caps installed with the section ends. Check that the pipe trench are being de-water drained with the water warranted before lowering in the pipe to ensure pipe will not float on the trench base. Check connection, cathodic protection test, lead cables were installed. Ensure no time will pipeline be lowered that has not been had all weld repairs made and girth weld protection applied and tested. Ensure the pipe is overstressed during lowering operation, limited side boom spacing to less than equal than specified lower end plan. Ensure no workers any time with the trench of the pipe between the trench pipe and equipment during lowering in operations. Monitor trench wall failure while the pipe is suspended over in the trench. Ensure the coated pipe is never dragged and pulled on the trench base. Ensure lowered pipe never swings, rubs against the trench walls or side booms. Ensure pipe at the center of the trench rooms to all side covered and sag bends without adding an external stress on the pipe. Ensure drain tiles are not damaged during lowering and operation. Confirms pipe bends are fitted on the trench properly per following. Sag bends, the legs should be firmly supported. Over bends, crutch should be firmly supported. Important to avoid backfill open bend. Side bends should be kept away from the trench wall. Ensure ditch lowering, backfilling activities occur closely proximity to another. Ensure specified gaps between the lower pipe and buried third-party utilities are maintained. Review and amend job safety analysis, tailgate documents, lowering in plan if there is any deviation. Alright, your horizontal direction drill conform third-party contractor will develop the performing lifting performance based on the entry existing angle of the horizontal direct drilling, length of wall thickness, weight of the pipe section. The conform owner company engineering department will assist the approve of the horizontal director and drill design before the lifting commencements. Ensure lifting plan includes equipment and manpower requirements as anticipated risk and mitigation. Ensure upon review of the according acknowledging of the lifting plan, owner company will forward the contractor. Ensure the contractor has approved the lifting plan and in place there are no deviations in case the lifting plan cannot be used. The contact of the designer or engineer obtain the owner copy and current approval of adherence to the commencement of work. Confirm only qualified certified operators are used to operate lifting equipment. Ensure contractor limits of lifting forces to lesser than safe work capacity are detailed in manufacturer specification limited to owner companies. Ensure cranes are using outrigger hydraulically operated support increased footprint of the crane, thereby offering more lateral stability. Are supplied with a factory steel float, large circular pad on the bottom of the outriggers, distributed load over the large area, supplemented by a large wooden or composite float, reducing high-bearing loads on the soil created with cranes. Ensure contractor rigging of the control place removes and destroys defective rigging. Check contractor only use the hard tools. Tools is recommended approved by the owner company. Ensure contractor has secured all belt slings and boom lines to the boom before moving the side boom. Alright, drilling of trenches, crosslings, ensure that the design is satisfied with the drilling company, with the owner's company, ensure that the directional profile has been confirmed with the engineer or other trained component person. Verify the direction drills are installed, outline with the direction drill profile. Boring trenchless crossing, ensure that the carrier pipe is correct, wall thickness coated with the specified abrasion resistant. Coating, ensure bore holes are placed in safe location in order to perform work. Since an exact bell hole location determine the contract on site and ensure that the selected locations are safe, meet any of the constraints with crossing agreements for the owner company specification. Ensure entry and exit trenches are located, excavated in a manner that will not disturb the road or railroad. Ensure trench faces are sloped and timbered short and in the necessary to prevent soil collapse. Ensure bore diameter is large the diameter of the pipe and specified value. Ensure all soil is removed with the inside of the pilot pipe before attaching the carrier pipe. Ensure bored holes are never left underlined. Ensure punching and reaming are not used to advance the carrier pipe. Ensure carrier pipe joints are properly positioned in the trench. The trench is safe welding, cutting, and inspection. Coating and inspection. For voids, detected pipe inspection. Ensure the contractor is filling the voids. Prior methods per identified with approved owner company. Ensure depths of the cover validated with the contractor before crossing activities starting. Ensure all pilot pipe has been removed from the section. Carrier pipe is properly aligned on the entry and exit sides of the crossing. Ensure direction angle of the bore has not deviated from the limits of the borehole by looking for the one end of the cheeking and less part of the borehole on the other end. Table 107, typical monitoring requirements of buoyance control, monitor record of the starting and stop locations as well as the type of all buoyancy control, set on weights, bolt on weights, continuous concrete, monitor record space between set on and bolted on weights, ensure trench depth to provide specified cover over the top of the weight, ensure lowering continuous concrete coating section side boom support, specified intervals defined, and stress analysis, ensure bolt on weights have wood lagging between weights to avoid movement during installation. Alright, typical reporting table 108. There's no incremental special requirements beyond this identified 6.0. Pipeline construction inspector fundamental installation. Complete lowering in progress report included work completed date, including coating repairs, blending, bedding, padding lengths and depth, field applied rock, shield length, start and end location, general trench materials condition, points of control location, start and stop location, lowering operation carried out per lowering in the specification procedure and drawing. Our reference lowering. Note to use of the reference information in the table of 109 is intended to guide only a list of the extent of the document's nature of the update frequently and then remains responsible for the user to ensure the correct, most current documents reference are appropriate. Alright, you have your associated mechanical engineers B3005 mobile cranes and B3014 side boom cranes. Canadian Associated Petroleum Products CAPP 2004-0022 playing horizontal direction drilling for pipeline construction. 15, Chapter 15, backfilling.